The murderer was planning to escape through the ventilation ducts here, but when he took 2 steps he realized that there were SWAT guards here too. 2 SWAT officers approached him. Matt rushed to give the code word to prevent his identity from being disclosed. Matt was free from suspicion for a while, but with the concert coming to an end Matt's cover would be blown sooner or later. He stood by his daughter's side uneasy. At that moment his daughter suddenly mentioned that it would be great if she could be the lucky fan chosen by the big star at the end of the concert, because then she could go on stage and dance with the starlet, and get her autograph backstage. Matt then went over to one of the staff members to talk to them. He was raving about how great the starlet was on stage. He was surprised to learn that the man was the starlet's uncle. With his top-notch acting skills he manages to make friends with the man, but Matt's conversation started with a sad face. He said his daughter is very sick. This may be the last concert she'll ever see. If only she could be one of the lucky ones to get up close and personal with her idol. As it turned out he managed to attract the sympathy of the men with this speech. It doesn't matter who he chooses to be the lucky one anyway. He might as well do a good deed. The man really came over and chose Matt's daughter as the lucky winner. This was the envy of everyone around him. Matt managed to bring his daughter to the stage preparation area. At the end of the concert the actress invited the lucky winner to come on stage and sing the whole song with her. Matt then went backstage with his daughter to wait for the star to finish her performance. They had to take a picture with the starlet. He thinks he's finally got away with it. But then another message came over the intercom. The commander thinks that the murderer has a very high IQ. That's why he hasn't been caught yet. Maybe he's disguised himself as a staff member and changed his identity. That's why we need to guard the backstage and check all male staff leaving. Matt looked back and saw that the police had set up a checkpoint. He'd lost his chance. As he watched the actress go backstage Matt had a plan. There was only one way he could get out of here. When it was time for the autograph session Matt leaned over to the starlet's ear. He said there was something he couldn't say in front of his sick daughter. He wanted to talk to her alone in her room. The actress agreed. She went into the dressing room with Matt. As soon as Matt entered the room he took off his disguise. He revealed himself as a serial killer, but he also has a hostage currently being held in his home. When Matt pushes the button on his phone the room will spew carbon monoxide. Then the man won't be long for this world. If she doesn't want anyone to die the actress will have to take Matt and his daughter and leave the venue without police scrutiny. The choice was a tough one for the women. In the end the actress couldn't handle the pressure. She chose to help Matt bypass the police and get into her sports car to leave the venue. It's true even with all the siege we still can't catch the psychopathic genius. Just when he was glad to have escaped the actress offered to come to their home in front of his daughter. Just because he saw a lot of cops at a concert. This man had a feeling that something big was going to happen. He rushed outside and asked the vendors at the entrance. After learning the truth the man panicked inside. The vendor secretly told him that a murderer called Butcher was at the concert right now. The concert is actually a fake. It's a trap set by the police to catch Butcher. All the staff knew about it, only the audience was kept in the dark. When the man heard it he realized. Luckily he realized in time. So he took advantage of the break in the concert to bring his daughter out. But he didn't dare to tell her about it. So he lied to her that there was a cake stall nearby. But in fact he was secretly watching for a way out. But unfortunately there were 2 security guards standing downstairs. He didn't have a chance. Then he saw a drunk girl at the top of the stairs. So he walked up and pushed the girl from behind like nobody's business. And as soon as the crowd saw this they gathered around him. The 2 guards were also attracted to the scene. Seeing the opportunity the man rushed to take his daughter downstairs. However as soon as he stepped down the stairs he saw that the SWAT team had blocked the exit. It looks like they're going to confront the Butcher soon. He had no choice but to return to the concert venue to find another way out. At that moment the actress on stage invited one of her companions. The man appeared from the underground lift. The audience screamed. Unbeknownst to them they were all cheering for the male star. Only the man's mind was on how to escape. He realized that the star's lift was a good escape route. He told his daughter it would be cool to go up there and see what it's like down there. But the daughter was preoccupied with the concert. She was amused by her father's sudden question. While they were talking the entrance to the lift slowly closed. He had missed his chance. The man had no choice but to go back outside again. While chatting with the vendor he noticed that his employee card could open any door in the place. So he stole the vendor's card when he wasn't looking and extracted another secret from him. The police set up a code word to prevent them from mistaking one of their own for the murderer. The code word was Hamilton. So he took the card and entered the staff's work area. But he was surprised to see a group of SWAT officers having a meeting here. The meeting was about how to catch the Butcher. He slipped the card on his body and walked right into the crowd. He overheard their conversation. On his way out he took a walkie-talkie to find out what the police were doing. Soon he heard something very valuable. The physical description of the Butcher. A 40-year-old white male. He had a tattoo of an animal on his right arm. When the man heard this he looked at his right arm. He also had a tattoo like that. So he picked up a tape measure from the side and put it over his hand as a cover. Then he lied to his daughter that he had left his credit card outside. In fact he was trying to figure out how to get out. He wanted to press the alarm button to cause confusion among the audience and escape. But unexpectedly a police report came over the intercom that the Butcher might have used this method to cause chaos. After hearing this the man could only think of another way to escape. The actress would never have thought that the seemingly honest man in front of her was a murderous maniac. The man is using a person's life as blackmail to order her to take herself out of the police surroundings. She had no choice but to let the murderer follow her out from under the eyes of the police. Then they got into the starlet's car. With the actress as his escort the murderer escaped with ease. The police are left searching for him. On the way the actress suddenly offered to take them home. The little girl was overjoyed. She didn't expect her idol to be so enthusiastic. But the murderer frowned. This will expose his home address. Obviously it's not a good thing for him. But he couldn't resist his daughter. He couldn't reveal reveal his identity as a murderer at this moment, so he reluctantly agreed. He wanted to see what this woman was up to. Soon they arrived at the home of the murderer. As the biggest star in the area, the family was very excited to see her. They didn't expect such a character to come to their home. They didn't realize she was there because of the man standing behind them. Then the actress was given a warm welcome. The actress saw how simple the murderer's wife was and how cute his children were. She realized that they had been kept in the dark, and the murderer was in deep cover. So she simply got to the point and said, "Have you heard about the butcher the police are after?" The woman said she knew the rumors about the butcher. She said he was an animal. Listening to his wife's comment, the murderer could only force a smile from the side of the table. But the actress' questions didn't end there. The two chatted deeper and deeper. When the woman asked about the butcher's appearance, she began to follow the other woman's words. She said the butcher was a 40-year-old white male. He has a legitimate job, and he likes to drive a dark-colored car. According to the police, such a meticulous killer must be obsessive-compulsive, and dark-colored cars are less likely to get dirty. She also said that Butcher's childhood was traumatized by his mother. It was his mother who was the first to realize that her son was different. Her remarks made the murderer himself uncomfortable. If he kept talking like this, his wife would definitely suspect him. So he gave the order to leave and politely asked the actress to leave on her own. But the actress also caught his weakness. A man will not easily reveal his identity in front of his family. So before she left, she offered to play a song for the family. But the murderer is not stupid. He took out his mobile phone and followed the actress. On the surface, he was taking pictures of her. In fact, he was threatening her that if she did anything, he would press the remote control button. He'll kill the man in the room. The starlet invites the girl to play along. But before she starts, she hides the girl's mobile phone. Then they began to play. When it was over, she offered to take a picture of the moment. The girl rushed to get her mobile phone, but she couldn't find it. The actress took the opportunity to grab the man's phone. After taking a picture of the two of them, she turned around and rushed into the bathroom and locked the door. Then she opened the security camera and contacted the man. After learning the details of his captivity, she turned on the webcast. She posted the details online. Thousands of viewers soon flooded the room. The murderer was outside knocking on the door. His family couldn't stop him. An enthusiastic netizen found out where the man was being held captive based on the details provided by the actress. Seeing that things have come to such a pass, she simply revealed the real identity of the murderer. The man outside was the butcher himself. Shortly after she finished speaking, there was a sudden silence outside. No more noises of women and children. At that moment, the door of the room was slowly opened. The butcher stood in the doorway.